my beautiful stars, reading time. An emotional surcharge. I feel this main collective. You've just kind of had a whole heap of emotion come and bite you on the bum. So let's see what's going on. Feeling a little bit of anxiousness. I want tarot first. Okay, main collective. Where's this emotion coming from? What is your focus? Oh, cosmic trigger. This is literally a cosmic trigger to find your inner truth. Catalyst for change to create new beginnings. So this energy about last 6 months, maybe something you've been trying to avoid or not really face, but it's preparing you for the next 6 months. Now you've got 9 of Wands in reverse here, so there's something that you're reflecting on that may feel a little bit out of control, and again it's giving you that emotion of oh my gosh, you've got 2 cosmic triggers. Oh, no wonder I'm feeling an emotional surcharge here. And this is on your top row. I'm actually feeling with this 2 of Swords, I'm feeling a bit in both directions here. I do think there's something, maybe you're not seeing the clearest, but maybe you think you are seeing it very clearly. Especially when we have a cosmic trigger in our energy, I always say it creates that surge of emotion for a reason. It's something that needs to be redirected. And I always say these come from kind of an internal place of feeling like it's a storm, but it's to really prompt us to try and see the situation, the energy outside of the box. But we always say this here, when you're in an overwhelmed state, a triggered state, that armor, that defense mechanism comes up when we're feeling emotionally triggered. Sometimes it's really hard to see what the underlining lesson is in the situation. Now, right now, you're being prompted by the cosmos to reevaluate your plans. There's something here maybe you've had a lot of patience with, or it could also mean there's something that you actually need to have a little bit more patience with, especially when it comes to this situation that's out of control. I'm hearing that it's not your ego's time, it's divine timing. So right now, the right collective, you would feel an anxiousness. There's a lesson in patience for you currently. So as a person, maybe you are someone that's quite impatient. You think of something, you want to get it sorted straight away. You're having some form of challenge with someone. You're wanting a solution straight away. Sometimes for the right collective, maybe it's hard for you to just sit in stillness and wait for things to unfold, right? Even little examples like when you're at the shops, if you're in a large queue, do you get a little bit antsy, frustrated, right? On the phone to a telemarketer. The right collective, you would have lessons to show you that sometimes your impatience can maybe create impulse or an emotional surcharge that you need to learn to surrender and trust in, right? Now, whatever this situation is, this can also be a card of, in reverse, quite defensive, right? Knowing another approach needs to happen, but unfortunately, that approach isn't happening, and it makes us sometimes feel, again, instead of wanting to persevere and hold the line and keep enduring because we have this kind of intuition it's going to be worth it at the end, we choose peace out, I'm out of here. Okay, let's get one more for your top row. The wheel is at play. I'm going to say a little bit both ways here. I do think you've got a repeated lesson here, especially because you've got 2 cosmic triggers. They're trying to create a new beginning for you. They're trying to transform something that clearly in the past, especially if it's bound to the wheel, there's something about this collective when it comes to your anxiousness, your impatience. I genuinely feel you can make, unfortunately, some impulsive decisions from a rash or frustrated place. And what drives you to make these impulsive decisions? You go straight to, this isn't worth it. it's reminding me a little bit, just example because it's coming into my mind. Let's say you're in some form of challenge with someone, right? When it's getting too hot and heavy, you're straight for the door, you don't want to deal with it, right? Or you're in a relationship, you know those relationships, you have an argument, I'm done. It's just very, very quick to kind of be very forthright, blunt, and a little bit cutthroat, right? There's a reason I'm hearing this example. Don't make it fit. And I feel this collective, especially because it's bound to the wheel, they're trying to expand this. They don't want this kind of energy to carry on to what's coming next. And remember your leading card. I don't think you're seeing something clearly, but because this energy is driving you, you think you are seeing it clearly. And for the right collective, I genuinely feel the reason you're getting agitated, because it's something about timing here, and it's not coming down to the timing that you've envisioned, right? So you're going straight for the worst. Now, when we get cosmic triggers, especially that are bound to our wheel, repeated lessons, it's to remove the things, you know, my little shadow cards that I bring up, it's to remove the things that hold us back. Those, especially in energy like this, that is karmic debris in your shadow. And unfortunately, I always say our armored state, I know this is what we learn from a very young, vulnerable age, but for this collective, unfortunately, when this is coming over you, I think it's definitely a protection thing for yourself. Straight away, I'm out of here, right? And they're wanting a new beginning in this. They're wanting you to find the truth of why you can get to this erratic, impulsive emotion. Where does it stem from? And again, I feel for this collective, it's a protection thing. But right now, they're giving you this challenge because they want you to break free from this challenge. You clearly have something very beautiful starting to align in your energy to prepare you for the next 6 months. And maybe let's say it's a job situation that's going to need perseverance. Let's say it's a personal relationship, love ship, whatever it is. What if this kind of energy doesn't align with what's coming in? What if this kind of energy, oh, I shouldn't have done that. You know, those impulsive decisions. Oh, why did I do that? Why didn't I wait? You feel it. Then you make the decision to act through shadow and you have regret straight after the fact. What if what's coming towards you, that, I shouldn't have done that. It's easier to do than undo. What if that doesn't align with this kind of triggered state, right? Right, collective, you'll know what I'm saying. It feels uneasy. It feels like, and I could feel it as I was coming in here. There's an energy surge. They're trying to teach you a lesson right now. And the biggest thing for this collective, when you think you're seeing something clearly, but your clearly is to validate erratic, impulsive energy, straight away you're validating your ego, your shadow self, right? Any situation we feel we need to be abrupt, impulsive, from a rash, frustrated place, without using tact, kindness, diplomacy, whatever it is. It's that old belief system trying to come in and bring out another version of you. And this is why when you do make the decision, you have regret straight away, right? So just right now, they're trying to expand you. This is actually creating luck around your energy, if seen right. But of course, to turn that wheel in your favor, commitment gets tested. Are you learning through this challenging situation? We're trying to give you a turning point right now. We're giving you a big push. Feel it, but see it differently. I'm a broken record. I'm going to say this. I always say, especially on a healing journey, sometimes that triggered overwhelmed state, yes, it doesn't come up as much. So you're like, yeah, I'm healing, which you are, baby steps. But if every time the overwhelm, the energy surge, the cosmic trigger takes over and your mind goes straight to what you've been trying to heal, for this collective, it's something to do with impatience that can create a real frustration and some rash, impulsive decisions. If every time that same thing still comes up, it's not that you're not healing, but there's an energy here that you're not completely seeing clearly, right? And it needs to have a different direction. Let's boot it off shadow self, because shadow self is what keeps repeating cycles in our life, right? I always say our life is in cycles until we learn the things that are holding us back. Okay, let's confirm these. There's something with destiny unfolding right now, and remember the wheel, it's karma as well. Okay, this Two of Swords both ways. Knight of Impulse. So you're so focused. I always say this Knight of Swords just wants to get to the end stop. He's not seeing any red flags because he's just, and this collective, I can feel it in you. You're someone, you feel something, energy surge, you want it sorted straight away, or you want to achieve something straight away. You think of buying something online, you've got to do it straight away. Whatever it is, you'll get examples of this in all areas. You embody a Knight of Swords, but I always say this. This is such a rapid movement. It can create a high in the moment. Yeah, I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing the right thing. But right after, rapid low. I shouldn't have done that. Right? Breathe. Because right now, whatever decision you're about to make through frustration and impulse, it's not going to serve you. You're trying to rush something that cannot be rushed right now, because there's a lesson bound to you right now for evolution. So they'll keep holding it back. They'll keep holding it back. It doesn't matter how much you're wanting this to move forward. If they're trying to provide you a lesson to grow you, because they're preparing you for something big in the next 6 months, whatever you're waiting for impatience, this is what you're getting your lesson with. So they're going to hold it back more, right? Until you break free from the lesson. So what is going to make you see is something so simple. Am I feeling this energy surge of anxiousness because of my impatience? And I'm trying to rush something that's not meant to be rushed right now. I feel this is clearly a trigger point that has held you back in cycles quite a few times, because you wouldn't have 2 cosmic triggers right now trying to show you this if it wasn't. And again, this can impact all situations in your life when you get to a kind of place. And it would be self-destructive. You think you're so focused, you think you're seeing something clear, but it's just because you want to get to the end stop. Because you feel you're ready for that end stop, but you're clearly not. You need to trust the divine. Okay, next 3 to 4 weeks. Beautiful. Something financially. Let's go to you. Let's go into you right now. King of Pentacles is my favorite king. No, you don't need to be male. This could just be a yang energy that's really coming through for you right now. Very strong sense of self, truly internally confident, right? So him in a situation like this, he's not leading from impulse and impatience. He has confidence, right? He has a strong sense of self. He is someone in life very perseverant, very persistent to get to where he's meant to be in life. Slow and steady wins the race. He knows it. He's so secure in his foundation that things like this, because this is underneath patience, right? They're trying to give you this lesson. Have confidence in who you are. Stand in your security. Remember, I always say he's my most trustworthy king, ride or die. Have trust in the situation. If impatience is coming over you, ask yourself, is it coming from a place of lack of confidence, lack of inner knowing? Why can you not be grounded and stand in your internal security and strong sense of self when impatience comes over you? What is it? Find where it stems from, right? And I'm also hearing, side note, there could be a little bit of impatience right now about where you're envisioning to be. I always say he's the king sitting on top of his mountain, having his cake, eating it too, castle in the background. Maybe there is some impatience when it comes to financial structure and path as well. But again, have confidence in who you are. He doesn't get there like this. He doesn't get there trying to take shortcuts and rush. He's a hard worker. But again, because he has so much confidence in his vision and himself, he knows he's going to get there. Embody that confidence, that internal knowing. Yang, mental discipline. Mental discipline, willpower leads to success. Things in life that are worth having do not come easy. Remember that. Things in life that are worth having cannot be rushed. And again, if it's an actual person, maybe you're tied to an earth sign that you're having impatience with, right? Ground your emotion. All right, what's the situation that you believe to be another cosmic trigger underneath this lesson? So what is, and that's the middle row. Remember I said for the right collective, do not make this fit, because I felt it as I was reading it. There is a situation here that is literally preparing you for long-term view. So it should be 9 of Wands upright, really. But this collective, I really think you have a personality trait when you're triggered. Not always, but when you're bloody triggered and your armor goes up and you are like, because remember I always say triggered state is different to neutral state. We can be this version when we're cool, calm and collected, but once that armor goes up, it's like another version can come out, right? This collective, when that armor's up and you've hit boiling point, right, even if it's not that often, you are straight for get me out of here, right? You're that person in relationships, and if you're not, this isn't your collective. Straight away you're looking for the door. Get out of my house, this is over, I don't want this no more. You have a bit of escapist energy within you. There's a little bit of that avoidance tendency, right? And I always say how we react in shadow state, this is what we draw in other meat suits to teach us this lesson. So if you're constantly attracting in emotionally unavailable people, or people that are conflict avoidant, escapist, always look for the door when things get hard, do you embody some of that yourself? This collective, you do. When you're triggered. So they're trying to show you here what you want to give up on, what you think you're seeing clearly because your impatience is taking over, what is meant to ground and create permanence and security for you, literally create a harvest season. You're about to get your trigger here to interfere because it's feeling like it's too out of control, you're not getting your way, this isn't worth it, I'm about to blow my bloody top. Because right now you don't have the ending, the outcome you're envisioning to your time schedule. But again, for the right collective, this is a repeated pattern in your life that they are trying to heal out for you. Okay? I always say you don't know what's going on in the rooms you're not in. You may think you're ready. You don't know, especially if it's bound to a person or a situation that's destined for you. What about the timing there on their end, their wheels, right? I always say it's not just your wheel that needs to go bing. You need to trust in the universe. This collective, what you're about to give up and retreat and blow your lid with, silly. I'm just here for advice, but if you know everything I'm saying is a pattern for you that's been bound to you in your cycles, I would calm down a little bit right now. 3 cosmic triggers in your energy, and like I said, when I was coming in here, I felt an emotional surge. I felt anxious. All right, this new beginning, they're trying to give you 6 of Swords. So they're trying to create a 6 of Swords for you. I think this collective, I think right now, and again, I love you guys, but this is coming from a place you validating yourself. You're blaming someone's behavior here for why you feel this way, right? you're clearly looking at a situation like, I need to, who cares about who this person is? You be calm and collected. You don't need to blow your lid. You don't need to blow your lid. If anything, choose silence and trust, right? You have a lesson of impulse. You have a lesson of excessive emotion that can get you into trouble and go, oh, I shouldn't have done. That's your lesson. Who cares about this? So if you have a lesson of impulse and learning to ride the wave of impulse, we talk about it all the time. Some people think I'll sit quietly for an hour. No, you obsessively think more, right? Some people think a day or two. No, you're obsessively thinking more. To learn to ride the wave of impulse for impulsive people, it can take a couple weeks until your body simmers down and finds emotional center in the situation. You have a lesson of riding the wave of impulse. It's not about words. The universe is trying to show you, you can really muck up good things because a lack of confidence comes into you. You lack the trust in the situation of self, of source, of whatever it is. For the right collective, this should be like pennies. You do not need to blow your lid to get your point across. Just remember that. They're trying to put tranquility, calm, and growth, peace and resolve in your soul. Wheel of Fortune. Okay. It's funny I went that way. Again, it's just a bit of blinded emotion that they're trying to get you to learn. Remember, this came out both ways. Again, it's sad with this because I think that you think you're seeing something clearly. But for the right collective, as soon as you make these decisions, you get regret straight away. So it's after the fact, after you've done it, easier to do than undo. You see, I shouldn't have done that, right? They're wanting you to learn the lesson sooner rather than later. So you think you're in a mental prison. You think you're full of anxiety. You think you're overwhelmed because you're not seeing it outside of the box. You're seeing it so bloody 3D. Triggered state. And I always say triggered state different to armored state. Triggered state comes up, everything you've been trying to heal and become self-aware about, it's like it just goes completely fuzz and static in the mind. You think right now, and I will say, and I love you guys, this is a bit, Eight of Swords, bit of drama queen energy. And it's all stemming from the right collective, something about your impatience. And even if you've been patient for something for 6 months, you may think that you've been patient for a long time, not if you're learning a lesson to do with patience that's been bound to your shadow from a very young age. And because you hold it and it's triggering you so much, that's why the universe is amplifying it in you, because this is where they're hoping you learn. I always say they can't just put a piece of paper and say, we're giving you a lesson of patience, so we're going to make you sit in this because you keep focusing on it. Now see it differently. They're not going to do that. What they do is they ignite the emotion that needs to be ascended from and healed. But people get trapped in emotion and they're not seeing it outside of the box. Why is this trapping me? What do I need to learn from it? Especially when you have a mind like this collective, you get trapped in it and it paralyzes you and you think there's no escape. The only way to escape it is to act impulsively because you want to be in control of it. It's a protection thing for you. Let the universe guide this. Okay. If you don't know the outcome, that's okay. That's your need of control. Your lack of trust. This collective, that would be something that maybe can make you extremely emotionally restless. When you don't know what's coming next, you're just like... And again, it's a lesson of not just your impatience, but your need to control everything. Let go of control, trust in the universal flow of life, and just remember, your life is perfectly designed for you. When overwhelm is coming over, try and see it differently. Try and understand yourself a bit better. It's for the right collective. 3 cosmic triggers right now. This must be very, very important for you to finally boot off your wheel. Whatever's coming in this next 6 months, it's meant to be a brand new beginning, right? So within this next 3 to 4 weeks, this is going to keep accelerating till you finally get it. I just want one more for this 8 of Swords and this Wheel. What are you paralyzed with? Okay, and it could, this is study of magic, study of self. Something 9 of Swords in reverse, unresolved issues. Could be definitely emotional baggage, regret. This collective, why did I do that? Intense feelings right now, but there's something here about, I definitely think you're also stressing about something financial right now, this collective. This is also a card of setting goals and getting grounded, and you just need to redirect your energy. I think when you're in this state of overwhelm, thinking of unresolved issues, intense feelings, focus on the things you can control, right? Path. I always say what's out of your hands should be out of your mind and heart. This collective, there is something about your pinnacle path, your fulfillment path, you're in control of, right? It ignites a sparkle in you, and when you're focusing on the right things, it grounds you, right? When you can't get out of this, start focusing on this. Okay, I'm being called to get just a couple of these because I can feel I can feel there's some form of connected energy that's amplifying this as well. I just want to get a couple. Main collective. Yeah, you're clinging on. Worried about foundation. This isn't just external. There's something definitely financial for the right collective as well. You're holding on, you're obsessing. This also says spying. Okay, about your foundation, though this is established in security. But you're holding on to hopes instead of just surrendering and trusting. And the sad thing is, through clinging and holding on to hope, you get frustrated. It's like you just want to go, blah, right? If you're holding on to hope and you're wanting something to blossom, why would you have a reactive response? Why would you go and just watch from the beginning? It shows your hurt soul. It's a protection thing for you, which is really sad. I always say hurt people hurt people. The right collective, you embody a little bit of that in your own right. Watch from the beginning. Okay. Okay, finality. I want to end it. So you're holding on to hope. You're clinging, you're obsessing, you're longing. You're focusing on foundation, but finality. 9 of Wands in reverse. The Knight of Swords. So even though so much of your soul is telling you just because you don't have control, you can't see the outcome, your impatience is taking over. No, I'm just going to close the door. F this. This right collective, it's reminding me, it's like it's just finding you in the nick of time. You're about to send someone either an abusive novel or there is something you're about to do. Main energy. I shouldn't have done that, right? This is longing emotion, but when you long and you crave not getting your way, you want to be harsh. You want to get it out of my life, right? We said it in the first part. You've got a cosmic trigger to prepare you for harvest season, which is still going to take a few more months over this. Again, just don't make any impulsive decisions right now. Choose silence instead of words, right? You don't need to blow your lid. You think it's going to provide you closure. No, like I said at the start, this collective, you do these things, you have regret straight away. Because once you've done it and the armor starts to go down, true self comes out and you feel guilt, right? Oh, the possibilities. I can see it for this collective. Your biggest thing is you focus way too much on the future, which means you're bound to the past. You wish away your present. Okay. You're trying to distract yourself from clinging on, but the thing is, it's starting to frustrate you and accelerate more anxiety, because for the right collective, this cannot be escaped right now. You have 3 cosmic triggers over you to make you feel this, to show you how you deal with this emotion, right? It's got nothing to do with this person. Get out of the 3D outlook. Oh, it's because of them, or it's you. They will not let this go away. It might come and go in waves until you see it properly. Don't keep trying to distract yourself. Feel it, understand, watch from the beginning. You need to understand where and why this comes and where it stems from, right? We explained it in the first part. The delays, the change, the this, clinging on, obsessive, but why? Foundation. Peace, good. But again, and I want to say this, like I said, I don't just think it's this, I think it's Pentacles for this collective. We talk about this so much here, about external attachment and how we think external attachment, let it be abundance, let it be companionship, is what's going to create peace and foundation. This journey of self-discovery, healing, going within, is to really make you understand sovereignty and you complete yourself. Everything else in life is a topping. When you look at external attachment as if I received this, whatever you're obsessing about, it is going to create peace for me in the soul and this anxiety will go away. Rubbish. It's a band-aid over your trauma. So as soon as what you think has provided you peace, completion in your life, and it makes you feel shadow self, right? First part, what are you going to do? You're going to react how you always react. This is how karmic cycles work. We talk about being bound to the karmic loop. You guys get blessings, you guys get releases of toppings, but when you're not appreciating gratitude, those toppings, and you act how you always act with your karmic debris, your shadow self, the toppings, external attachments may come feel greater, but about halfway through, because you're not learning your lessons of your own energy, right, your own shadow self, they start to drop away. And as your 2-year cycles go on in life, they get harder and harder and harder till they break you, and you start to realize, why does everything repeat? What am I doing that makes me keep repeating my life? Job, love, friendships, family, whatever it is. You've all got your own karmic cycles. This collective, what you are craving, clearly you think is going to give you peace, right? It'll give you peace for a little bit, but because you're not healing what the cosmos are trying to prepare you for, 6 months, new beginnings, this energy that they're trying to get you to see does not serve what's coming next. They don't want you to lose what's coming next. And clearly this behavioral trait for this collective, it'll push this away. When you guys are healing, I talk about they're trying to break you free from this karmic cycle. They don't want you to be looped. They want you to finally get the blessings and it be longevity, not just a repeated coming in and then being removed. External things in your life are not completions. They're toppings. This journey is not just to heal trauma, but to appreciate happiness and gratitude. So when beautiful things come in, we're not critical. We're not, is this too good to be true? Picking on all the little things, pushing good things away. This main collective, you've got an issue for when you argue straight away, I'm out of here, I'm there, I'm that, when you're triggered. Watch from the beginning. Whatever's coming, ain't going to put up with it. And they don't want you to be in another loop of pain. You build your foundation. You do. Don't let karmic energy armor keep removing beautiful things out of your life. Don't be that energy anymore. I shouldn't have done that. Remember, and I think this needs to be a affirmation for the right collective, because I've said about 10 times in this reading, it's easier to do than undo. When you're a problem solver, you're a fixer. But what if it comes to people? Some people can blow their bloody lid and just expect forgiveness straight away. because you overgeneralize, and you may have someone blow their lid with you and you give forgiveness straight away. But what if that person you're blowing your lid with isn't like that? What if they take it personally? What if they go within? What if they're more of the hermit? I always say argument style. You've got the yeller, the talker, the silencer. Just because you blow your lid or someone can blow your lid back at you and you can give forgiveness, there's a lot of people not like that. So whatever's coming next, no matter how many times you say sorry and I'll never do that again and this and that when you're not triggered, whoever's about to enter your life, situation, even job aspects, whatever it is, they're not going to deal with it. And this is what the universe is trying to show you. Your impatience and lack of control in certain things can bring out a version of you you are not. It's your protection. You feel you need to do that. But after the fact, you feel like shit. See the lesson. So when these things come in, you appreciate it. When you get triggered, you know that's coming from a place of you, right? The sad thing is this collective, whatever feels out of control and not worth it and this and that, I don't think you have anything in your life currently triggering you. It's the lack that you can't see what's coming next, which means you're in a situation, if anything, stillness. You're not being antagonized, you're not being provoked, you're not being this. It's just still. And it's making you go ba 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 because of the 3 cosmic triggers to teach you to not be like that. But it's also making you want to do something impulsive and reactive. All because it's still and it's affecting your patience and your lack of control. Where did that go? What was here then? Anyway, that happened for a reason. Hoping. And you're confused. And this is a tough love reading. For this poor collective, when you get confused, you get upset, you get angry. So when you feel hope, and because maybe you feel foolish or you feel silly or it's affecting your abandonment wounding or your hope and faith, and as soon as you feel confused, you start to get so frustrated. And this collective again, as soon as you feel that, you can make silly decisions from a rash, frustrated place. But not all people will understand that about you. You may know deep within, sometimes you lash out because you know you're hurting. But not all people get that. Not all people can stand by someone's side that will understand hurt people hurt people. It's not fair on who you allow in. You're rubbing your trauma off on someone else. Please watch from part 1. Because you definitely don't do it in a malice place. You do it in a place of self-unawareness. Because you don't know where it stems from. You haven't had time to really reflect on where it stems from. But as soon as you do it, you feel like shit. But don't be that person that says sorry about the same thing 1,000 times and never change the action of it. You don't need to feel crazy or confused for hoping. It's a process you're going through for a reason. And like I said a few times, you're going to keep going back and forth from here right now. Don't see it so in the box. The universe is activating this because they want you to change your reactive, impulsive state when it comes to this excessive emotion. Oh, you really could be spying this collective. Like I said, I feel this is finding the right collective in the nick of time before you do that silly thing, right? But this finality, so finding out more information or certain ways to spy, whatever that may be. Let's get one more for that. which is frustrating you. Maybe you open Pandora's box and you found something that you shouldn't have found, but because you were opening Pandora's box and prying and being a detective, now it's accelerated this surcharge in you. And I always say the universe, and again, that could be part of your shadow, that you are a little detective. That's not good. If you're someone that you do spy, or, you know, you have to have all your partners' socials and passwords and all of this like that's a lesson as well that you need to learn. So again, just like that magnet card we always talk about, the gravitational pull of temptation, thinking something's right, but deep down we know it's wrong. If you are prone to open Pandora's box, I always say this, the universe will only protect you for so much, and then they're going to prompt you to do it because you're not fighting that self. You're giving into that I hate calling it shadow self, armored self. You're giving into that armored self instead of finding the strength when you're feeling that field of influence, and you're going to be tempted to do it in a moment that you will find something that is going to activate the other energy surge they're trying to heal you out of, right? Everyone can say they're healing, but it's when you're triggered where the real healing begins. When the patterns come up and create anxiety and impulse, do you pull yourself up? Do you sit in it? That's when you know you're really healing. It's when you're in your triggered state where the real magic begins, because you change the direction of the triggered state instead of falling short to it. Where so many people embody this healing journey, put themselves in isolation. You're not getting triggered by nothing but your brain, right? Because you don't have lessons around you. And yes, it may not be as frequent as in the past because you don't have people pushing your buttons. But then when you do get triggered, even if it's in your brain, you still fall back to the shadow self. I'm just pricking up emotion cards that you've been focusing so much on trying to remove. Divine feminine, and that flicked on me, so that's important. They're wanting you to find stillness in this emotion. They're wanting you to see the lessons in this emotion. And again, I see that in you. Compassion, understanding, so kind-hearted, warm-hearted. And this is why you feel so much guilt when you react the way you react. You'd be ruled by that beautiful empathy. But embody her. She's still. She's not erratic through impatience. She doesn't need to have control over everything. She is so connected to she is a bridge between two worlds. She lets life flow because she's in flow. She's connected. Life for her is effortless because she believes. As soon as you start believing, you feel confused. I'm on the Delulu train. I'm this, I'm that. What? Because society says you are. This is what true divines you're meant to break free from. Society's expectation, especially of emotion. Geez Louise. You don't need answers for your hope. You don't need it. Sit in it. Who cares if you want to sit in hope? Who cares if people say you're crazy for sitting in hope? Who cares? If that's what's going to help you embody this and learn this, then do it. You are not like the rest. Doesn't matter what I say, that person says, this person, that person. If your higher self is wanting you to find this, find this. And if hope is what makes you find this, then sit in hope. Okay? Don't be confused over your hope. Please watch from the beginning. This is important for the right collective. What they're trying to get you to see through. You've got 3 cosmic triggers in your energy right now. Talking to myself, what I was saying, see your emotion, feel your emotion. And if you really are on this journey, what do I always say? Healing comes first. But you guys all truly avoid your healing because you just put labels on everything. This collective, you are not in this energy right now. Watch from the first part, even this part. Find the trigger points. Understand why they're there. Write them down. And when they activate in you, turn back to that. I always say a notepad and pen is your best friend on this journey, so you can sit in it. This collective, your biggest trigger points, your impulse comes over when you have lack of control of outcome. That will forever trigger you. And the sad thing is, this collective, it triggers you into a very reactive state. That does not serve your next chapter. See it, heal it. It's not going to work straight away. It's a lifetime full of armor from 3-4 years old, a defense mechanism. But maybe 1 in every 10 times you may pick it up at the start, then 2, then 3, then 4. But if you haven't pinpointed it and you don't see it when it's coming up, it's forever going to be that, I'm sorry, I shouldn't, why did I do that? But then next time you're going to do it again. Don't let static in your mind make you want to be reactive. And again, I want to confirm, this is when you're triggered, not you all the time. You would be very caring, kind and loving, but when you're overwhelmed, that's when it comes out. Maybe a little bit too spicy. I always say this journey is to teach us duality, not excessive, love and light. And then when you're triggered, an absolute, like, no, it's to find balance, right? Okay, I've got to get these for you. All right, what's the universe through these 3 cosmic triggers trying to release here right now? Oh, I knew it. I knew it. 1, alchemy. They're wanting you to find the magic in your emotion. We alchemize through storm. We alchemize through turbulence. It builds our greatness. It builds our power. You've got something unexpected on its way. That this energy, watch from part 1. Oh, light bulb. Oh my God. You've got something unexpected on its way where your anger and frustration is not welcomed. For the right collective. For the right collective. Enthusiastic, creative. And remember I said at the start, and I'm hearing this, again, this is a tough love reading. When I felt the avoidance and a bit of the escapist in you, and you probably question, oh, why do I always draw in emotionally unavailable people, blah, 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 blah. We bring in what we need to reflect on, right? Sometimes the lesson is 1,000 times worse than how we put it out, but we will continuously bring that energy in to show us we embody the same things. It doesn't feel good when we're treated this way. So why do we treat others this way, right? It's literally like a mirror being put up to our soul. Now, this collective, I guarantee you, because this journey is also meant to not make us blame. Yes, you are a very kind, sensitive soul, but for the right collective, when you're pissed, you're pissed. And I guarantee you, you have people tied to you that when they're angry, they're furious or they're this, and you feel misunderstood and this and that. And you probably have moments of thinking these people, worst people in the world, or when they're reactive, again, you could have people that apologize for the same thing 100 times but don't change it. But for the right collective, you embody the same. Yes, you may not blow your lid as much as these other people, but when you blow your lid, right? Don't make a fit. We don't need smart asses in. Oh, that's not me. Not your reading. This collective, your excessive passion and fire, beautiful when your hurricane is directed in the right area, your creative pursuits. You've got to learn to embody that strength energy. She is a female magician that tames the ferocious lion within. She guides that internal hurricane constructively, right? That's what you need to learn. You will always have that beautiful flame, but you need to learn how to balance that flame. And you have the power of alchemy. What's coming next? It has potential to change your life. Don't let this be something that they offer you as a blessing and then it gets removed again because you just refuse to see this lesson about self. About to have an aha moment. And I hope for this right collective, this has been a little bit of an aha moment. Not a triggered, I hope it doesn't trigger you into, oh, but just to see, right? I always say readings like this, if you're still watching, your soul's ready to hear it, right? People can't push these away quick enough. All they want to hear is sunshine and roses, and they're bloody going to win the jackpot and this and that. If you're still watching this, you're ready. 26th of October could be an important date. A discovery, a breakthrough, a reveal, epiphany, you're about to build a bigger community as well, but air energy, intellect, logic through communication. Okay, now this is about society, public venues, building a community, but it's also a card of dating. It is also a card of dating. I do feel this collective, I'm more seeing you get back into society a little bit. There's also a reason, I say everything. I do feel this collective, you could be semi-isolated here, right? 20th of August could be an important date. But even if you do start dating, or maybe you have just started dating and again, you're just ready to blow your lid again, this person could be an air sign. You're about to meet a whole heap of new people. Again, what's coming in this next 6 months? It's to create a brand new beginning for you. Don't be bringing in this past emotion. One more for your top row. The whip. Oh, I love you guys, but we know it for this collective. That's what they're trying to remove out of you. Your own whip energy. Arguments, fighting, abuse, tense, doing it again and again, just snapping out of nowhere, over and over, anger, repetitive. This, for the right collective, this is what you embody. And this is what you would continuously call in. They want to heal it. This isn't allowed in your next cycle. Find the balance of it. Please watch from part 1. This isn't about external shit right now, but I promise you, you don't heal this, you're going to keep calling in this mirror. You deserve so much more. Because again, the right collective, as soon as you do something like this, you feel absolute guilt and remorse. Get rid of it. 11. Chariot. Chariot movement. And Chariot, we said it before with that King of Pentacles, mental discipline, willpower. When you feel this stuff, you're an alchemist. You can feel without exploding. You just have to sit in it, right? Sit in it. Embrace it. This is on the Chariot. So you've got from the next 3 to 4 weeks, 6 months, huge changes, right? So right now you'd be getting tests. So we talk about the bake period, right? So you've just gone through a baking and ascension of this, whatever it has been. Now you're in rest period. And this is where the excessive emotion comes over cosmic triggers to see what we baked through. We go through multiple rebirths, ascensions. But what we went through baking period for, did we learn through it? Did we ascend the thought pattern? Did we ascend through the mind frame, right? Now this is where the lessons come in. This collective, I think you're a little bit isolated, so you're getting a lot of internal emotional lessons, right? So it's like you're in the middle of rest period. Within the next 3 to 4 weeks, if you can get through this emotion, don't be reactive, because the right collective, I've said it a few times, this has found you to not be reactive in a situation right now. If you can get through the next few lessons that are coming to do with your impulse and passionate, I'm going to put it in the category of passionate response towards others in situations that you're impatient with and you don't have control with, this is when things start to really be released for you. This next 3 to 4 weeks, if I could say anything for this collective, anything that makes you want to be impulsive, spending, strangers, love, family, whatever, don't do it. Anything you're fighting your mind, give me a sign, should I do this, no, Anything that is accelerating, excessive, impatient, impulsive energy, sit. Learn to ride the wave of stillness, because this collective, past this cake period, whatever you do this next month ahead, don't bring this side out of you. And anyone that's activating this trigger point, walk away from. Choose silence. Be gentle with yourself. Okay, expect the unexpected. This one I'm alarmed with. I ain't gonna, harvest season. So if you can learn to guide this properly over this next 3-4 weeks, expect the unexpected, the fall of the full moon. And that's probably why this is all active. The month of April, oh God, it's a big one. Culmination of effort, completion, abundance, fulfillment, release, fruits of your labor when you focus on self. You move on from the shit, right? That's when harvest season comes. The time has come. Just after I said for this collective, I couldn't advise more to just sit in stillness and don't be reactive over the next month, right? This will help you. You can't heal it if you don't walk through the fire. To heal what you guys are going through, it's going to take time. It's going to take years. It's not just being on top of your emotion when you're balanced and nothing's triggering you. The hard work comes when you're triggered. And again, for the right collective, when you're triggered, actually triggered, pushed to the boiling point, that is what comes out of you. That, for the right collective, does not serve your energy. It's what holds you back and ruins good things. Yes, I'm saying just for the next 3 to 4, this is going to be a consistent thing of effort, right? It's not just going to all disappear in the next 3 to 4 weeks because you've stayed strong for 3 to 4 weeks. This has been bound to you from a young age. Remember we said you might pick yourself up 1 in every 10 times, but eventually your brain will just flip a switch to not be impulsive and destructive when feeling rash or frustrated emotion. And take time though. Just focus on self. Epiphany. Oh, the stress. I feel hopefully you get a light bulb moment in this reading, but you're going to get an epiphany, a breakthrough from the stress, the fatigue, the anxiety, the worry, the nagging, the fear, the blah, because you keep focusing on things that are just out of your control. When you start to realize, I just need to focus on self, watch from part 1, it is going to remove most of this. Your fear, stress, and anxiety comes from impatience and not knowing what's around the corner. You don't need that burden in life. You need to trust in the word surrender and believe. But luck on your side. Big luck on your side. Luck, happy coincidence. You could meet someone here. This is also about, it's a weird card. It's about luck and magic and career and rewards. And then it's also underneath the dating card. Let's get one more for that. 2 more. Oh God. I don't want to read that one. Divine intervention. I do think when it comes to some of the energy we're talking about, it has created mountains in your life, especially in the love department. It's created obstacles, problems, distance. It's created blocked energy, pride. And I do think it's it's a protection thing for this collective, but through the stubbornness, it's created a lot of delays for you when it comes to love, which means they're holding off the right love for you, because the right love for you, we said it in part 1, this is going to push that away, right? Divine intervention is helping you. We say it comes through a storm, but something serendipitous could happen here. This is beautiful. Divine intervention, perfect timing once you find duality, which we were saying. You're ascending, serendipity, light codes, as above, so below. This is good. Okay, igniting the bellows, fanning the flames. Things are getting going, but effort is required. Really saying it's time. It's really sad because I feel this collective, it's very easy for you to notice this behavior in others, but you're taking the accountability away from self. Always say if we're constantly pointing the finger and getting triggered by others, there's something we need to learn from it. People that trigger us, there's a lesson in it. Hard, as we're saying, that is stopping what's destined for you. For the right collective, you may be destined to someone very sensitive, very gentle, maybe someone that leads more into that kind of feminine energy, right? Maybe that's part of your destiny. Maybe that is someone that's cut from the same cloth as you. Emotionally open and vulnerable, but very sensitive, right? That behavior is not going to work with that kind of connection. It'll push it away. You know, it's so funny. I say this a lot in personal readings, and it shows with our personal years, right? The universe is preparing us decades ahead. We have our literally decades ahead, but people are so in the moment. They could be in literally a year 9 or a year 5, and they're just wanting it. They're not understanding. You need to know cosmic energy. You need to know what's aligned with you and what isn't. They're not. They're working decades ahead for you. They're working a lifetime ahead, let's be real. But everything is perfectly designed for soul. This collective, I promise you, and we've said it since part 1, I think you're so agitated with everybody externally because you think you're ready for X, Y, and Z. This collective, I promise you, you're not. Because the things you keep avoiding in your shadow self is what is blocking this. What's coming here? Heart, romance, bliss, da 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 da. This will push it away. This will push it away. And they don't want it to be pushed away. Love, romance, joy, bliss, heart desires, content, emotional fulfillment, kindness, forgiveness, passion, caring. And I guarantee you, this collective, you probably think you've loved people black and blue, but you still treat them like this. How do people treat people like this if they love them black and blue? Trauma. But then, I'm sorry, I'll never do it again. But then you do it again. Another theme of this reading. Because you're loving on condition. This collective, you think having foundation, external attachment people is what's called peace. So because you think external people, attachment is going to create your peace, when that external attachment people don't make you feel peace, what happens? Critical, reactive, because you're dependent on someone making you smile instead of you making yourself smile. This isn't meant to complete you, it's meant to complement you in life. So when those little things come that maybe you don't align with, you have understanding because you align in so many other areas and they bring you happiness. You appreciate everything about them. You don't just love them when they're making you smile. You love them at your worst, at their worst. Because you know the balance of life. As above, so below. No one's perfect. If you expect someone to accept you, you need to accept others too, faults and all, when it's the right love. Okay. I'm going to get you a couple of these, and then I'm going to get you animal card, archetype card, what they're trying to welcome energy, and then we're going to get your tarot for what this new beginning is that's on its way. Oh, that's way too many, but look at the card that's up. Truth. Your greatest truth lies within you. A divine voice that whispers from your inner self. And this collective, your divine voice is there, but sometimes it pops up later rather than sooner. Again, it's easier to do than undo. Listen closely, release control. In doing so, you find the answers you seek. You are harmony within yourself, embracing Creator God's love. the truth that guides you towards your fullest radiance. Love appears. They're trying to give you the right love. I can feel it through this reading. Comes with self first. You release your pain and let go of resistance. You're choosing to hold on to it because you're not getting your way, this collective. That's where the frustration comes from. Please watch part 1. You're choosing pain. You're choosing the mice energy. You choose to embrace the light of your being. With courage, you seek understanding that will free you. That frees you. Where are we up to? Sorry, let me read that again. You release, because it says I everywhere, so I'm changing it to you. You release your pain and let go of resistance. You choose to embrace the light of being. With courage, you seek understanding that frees you from duality. More maybe duality, thinking someone completes you, right? Because that's been a theme here. Not letting go of duality within. You need to find duality within. Your prayers are heard and divine assistance bring love and peace into your life when you let go of the need of it and understanding it starts with you within. When you open your eyes, love is there. But love is already there within yourself. This is why you can get so triggered by loved ones, because you still have the expectation, if you know it or not, that they're your completion, that they are your people. Okay. Oh, beautiful. Swan energy. Remember, message from the universe. Remember your grace. Remember your elegance. Remember your beauty. Remember your confidence. And I've allocated this as a divine card as well. Remember reflection. It's been a big part of this reading. I have to make it clear. I know we've been touching on some hard things, but that is not who you are. And I've said it 1,000 times in this reading. A triggered state is different to a centered state. And this collective, when you're centered, you ooze grace. You ooze stillness. You ooze that divine feminine energy. Remember that. You need to start embodying this when the overwhelm finally does come up. Because this is who you are at the core. This is the version of you. Remember, this journey is to find that version that was lost because of our armor. This is what you deserve to be reflected back at you. Swan, dragon, the one that, and that would make sense. That would make sense. I always say gifts like this, it's a double-ended sword. And this is why you would find it so hard to let go of control of what comes next, because you see everything. But some things in this life are not meant to be seen. And if you're a practitioner and you use your sight for others, I always say your gifts are for others. It's not for yourself. So playing with your cards or trying to do this for self, it's not for you. And this is why you guys have such a blind spot when it comes to self and attached energy for self, family, friendships, love. Your gifts are meant to be used for the people that seek you out. Your gifts aren't meant to be used for yourself, and especially when it comes to love. If they are not asking for your sight, you're invading their energy. Your sight, you seeing all, is for the world around you that seeks you out. Just remember that. I don't think I've ever met a seer that doesn't have a blind spot in love, because you're meant to let it flow. And by being your best self, you will attract someone in that is their best self. You holding on to hope, which is creating your confusion, that part. You see, you just don't see your time. You're not meant to see your time. Let go of the control. When you're not trying to make sense of your hope makes you feel good. It's when you're trying to make sense of why you're hoping. You don't need to make sense of it. Not for this collective. You're coming out of the darkness, shadow self. You're going through a shadow period. The theme of this reading, I'm going to read this back card to you. Okay, the bat. Darkness, letting go. Death leading to a rebirth. The theme of this reading, that's what you're going through. I think you've come out of your ascension. You're in cooling period. Before emerging, the bat waits for the sun to set and the moon to rise. In the darkness, it can see all that was invisible in the daylight hours. The bat is a master of the subtle sense, of the underlying forces that cause some things to prosper and some things to fade. But that's life. As above, so below. What is up must go down. Life is a roller coaster. Life doesn't get easier, it gets better. So when we do get those things in our life that should be prosperous, we nurture them. We don't make them fade through our impulsive decisions and shadow self. Big part of this reading. Absolute security is an illusion. So hold on to the good things while they're there. The bat card shows up to signify the ending of a chapter. That's what you're going through. They're wanting to end this chapter out for you. This emotional turbulence that creates destruction in your life. The closing of a door. The bat comes swiftly, encouraging us to move on. In just a few hours, a new day will dawn. And no more lingering in the past. No more mice energy. You will get the light bulb moment. When you're in balance, you accept, you adapt, you adjust. You swarm the energy. You get it. It's when you're out of balance, when you're triggered. You refuse to let go and you sit and reminisce, which creates the mice energy. And the sad thing for this collective, once that starts to activate so much, an abrupt version of you comes out that you yourself are not proud of. Talking to myself, I said you could be seeing a lot of bats right now. Let it be on your feed or whatever, just to kind of show you you're going through a bat period, but also a lot of swans, to make you remember to have grace over energy like this. It's part of life. Oh, the dragonfly. Spiritual healing. You know, I say this all the time. I always say in Phoenix, I always say when you embark on this journey, I think it's a forever journey. I think that no matter where you get to on your point of self-discovery, there's always going to be more. And that's okay. At least you got to break free from that 85%. At least you got to see what holds you back. At least you got to start to see the magic in this world. This journey isn't meant to be painful. It's meant to open our eyes. It's what we say to our mind. When we feel that the emotion we're going through is, no, I just need to heal it out, I don't like anxiousness, I don't like this, you're defeating the purpose. Emotion is emotion. And I always say, our body, believe it or not, reacts the same to excitement, nerves, or the butterflies, the overwhelmed, the palpitating heart. Our body reacts the same. It's our brain that tells us, no, that's stress, that's that. Welcome all emotion as equal, right? All of it, something to be learnt from. Emotion's beautiful. And it's actually the emotion you're going through right now, this collective, that creates change. You could be seeing a lot of dragonflies too. Let's just get you one more. God, and I know it. This is one of my favorite cards. So you genuinely have beauty within. It's not just your outer appearance, it's your inner appearance. This peacock is so magical because it actually understands unconditional love, acceptance, and understanding of all walks of life. You get it. You get it. You actually get it. And this, again, is why you are so hard on yourself when you react in a state you know you shouldn't. Oh, I shouldn't have done that, right? Because you are the peacock. I'm going to read this to you. Magic and the egg of truth. Oh, stand in your truth. And everything I've been saying for the right collective, and I said it before, it may be a hard reading to hear, but you know it to be true, right? This. You're special. And I'm telling you right now, there is not many people in this world that truly embody this. They say they do, but they don't. And you genuinely have potential to, that is your core. That is your core. That magical. Did I go past it? No. Inner beauty, compassion, a simulator of anything. The beauty of the peacock is unrivaled. It's easy to think that it comes from the plumages, but the secret of the peacock is that the beauty resides within and extends outward indefinitely. This adept creature can assimilate or digest all experiences in life. Your first card, alchemy or magic. You can. Remember that about self. So it does not harbor resentment, conflict, or past pain within its psyche. Whatever you're experiencing right now, part one, you have been through far worse, and you have gotten through far worse. It's only when you are triggered this version comes out. It would be a natural thing for you to let go of burdens and resentment. It would just be natural for you because you understand trauma. You understand people at their best and their worst. You would understand this stuff. And again, this is why you feel guilt when you react the way that you do. The peacock type is extremely rare. Not many of us have reached this advanced level of acceptance of self and others. Remember that. When you're in balance, you're confident and you are kind. But when you're out of balance, you can't digest situations. You're just out of balance right now. Stand in your truth. You know who you are. Don't let your shadow self overtake you. Balance. Peacock, dragon, swan, the black egg. Powerful. Very powerful. Let's get you one archetype and then we're getting you tarot. Okay. Oh, I've got candle wax on that. Okay. Oh, my book just fell. Oh, the vision. Oh, you got too many. But that vision. Oh my gosh. And look at those. Truth. And the crone. Mother Maiden crone. You are like on top. But this is why you would welcome darkness. She thrives in her darkness. I have to read all three of those. But when it comes to the unseen... Okay, hold on. I'm just going to quickly go through this because there's three here. But it makes sense because of the unseen, right? You've had the vision, so your 4D mind, you know, but you don't know your timeline, right? Your dragon... You know, but because your ending is unseen, it creates, and because you've got this crone within you, it is very easy for you to get swallowed by that bat energy because she thrives in it, right? But your journey is to balance it. You need to thrive in it. You're an alchemist. You need to feel it, but you need to know when to release it and not react through it, right? This is a very centered, I'm sure this one's about anyway, let's read this. The witch, the old woman, the sage. The crone has seen it all. Nothing frightens or surprises her. She is the final manifestation in the feminine trifecta, the mother maiden, crone. or maiden mother crone. In her long life, she's witnessed endless cycles of death, sex, failure, rebirth, conflict, and regeneration. This makes sense why you have that peacock within you. Giving her the ability to rise above the world of duality. Not this hierarchy, you need this and this and this to be balanced. Finding your duality within, not external, within. She laughs at notions of good, bad, right, wrong. As she has seen the earth churning, smouldering, taking life and giving life, the crone's energy accepts everything in, devouring beauty and suffering with the same mouth, using their energy to rival hidden secrets and knowledge. Her energy resides in all of us, though it is feared by most for its power and unconventional relationships with death and the Merkaba. Awakening the crone is dangerously rich and unapologetically magic. Talking to myself. When you're in balance, magic, clairvoyant, psychic, intuitive, and wise. When you're in dark, vindictive, bitter, isolated, and ostracized, right? But remember what we said before, all emotion is equal. Remember that. But when you're categorizing emotion and you're going back into the belief system that the crone has broken free from, because she sees the world, she sees it all, she knows it's all balance, right? As above, so below. She understands it. But when you are trying to get back into society's perception, which the crone does not thrive in, look what happens to you. Vindictive, bitter, you cut yourself off from the world. That is not who you are. This world is not perfect, and it's not meant to be perfect, but you can find beauty in everything. Everything. Just remember that. Especially emotion. Okay, let's get this vision quickly. Okay, the dream, the imagined, the revealed. This is what you've seen. It is said that we are all born with a unique vision, a destiny towards... That's the dragon. I don't even need to read that. This is your dragon energy. What you have seen. But right now you've envisioned it, but it's unseen. So because you're holding on to hope, which actually balances your soul of what you've seen, when your hope isn't coming into the timing that you think that you deserve, that your ego is telling you it should be, you go... Blah. You've seen it. Embrace it. Accept it. Again, get out of society's perception. You're crazy for thinking it, or whatever the case. Watch from the beginning that creates the confusion. Hold on to your vision. Your vision is nobody else's vision. Nobody can tell you that your vision is correct or incorrect. I say this all the time. If you are someone that our brain, what we're thinking of, it will validate. When you're in an overwhelmed state, can you see my filter popping? Can you see that? I've noticed since I've gotten my archetype, can you see it? It's like we've got an energy right there. Or is it because I've got the cards like that? Ever since I got these, have you noticed that? The right collective? What your brain, especially a powerful brain like yours, dragon, crone, you will keep validating that negativity. I tell you guys, when you're in this anxious, stay offline. Stay off things that are going to validate the intensity of emotion. Because this collective, you have a magician's mind. You have a creator's mind. Your negativity will be validated, and it'll make you accelerate the frustration, rash, impulsive behavior, right? You believe in your vision. Look at this energy here. This has not happened the whole reading. I'm splitting them because I feel it's coming because of the shape of the cards. Okay. This one. The innermost knowing, the mystic truth. True knowledge is not found in facts and figures and in scholarly, you know what I'm trying to say, books. The belief system, what we're programmed, 3-4 years old, our parents, the schooling system, the hierarchy, the governments. No, your inner knowing comes from you. You're a bridge. You're a bridge between two worlds. Your knowledge comes from up above. Your claircognizance, right? Your inner knowing. That's what you need to depend on, not what everyone else says that you should be thinking or feeling, including myself. Okay. or on bookshelves rather. And I always say this to you guys, what makes someone's writings, because it's just their writings, what they've envisioned, right? Especially when it's talking to myself. So this, or what comes on bookshelves. And I say this to you guys all the time. What makes someone's writing more valid than your own? Dragon, crone, and vision. What makes someone writing a crow means this, an apple means that, especially when it comes to spiritual stuff, right? You guys always having to Google what everything means. What does it mean in the moment when you see it? Write it down. Write your own bloody book. Someone else's teachings are not far greater than your own. And they're wanting you to understand this. Your answers reside within. Stop seeking outside of yourself to validate how you feel, because it actually makes you feel worse. I say this about readings as well. People that are on this tarot loop, right? People that truly believe everything that comes across, oh, that's for me. Sometimes it's a lesson of discernment. Sometimes it's a lesson of, does that actually align with what I resonate truths to be? It's to understand, wait, that doesn't align with me, or that does align with me, or maybe that is, or that isn't. A lot of things that come to your table, especially as spiritualists, it's to find your own strength in those messages. Not that everything's destined for you and that's going to happen and that's going to this and that's. What do you feel in the moment? What do you feel, right? This card is that you have the answers. Stop going outside of yourself. No, I can't even say that word. Points to the deep and timeless archetype wisdom that rises from the felt experience of having touched the unknown with every one of its senses. Those who are drawn to this word find themselves in esoteric, I can't even say that word, studies, and occult studies and stuff, likely involving mysticism, alchemy, healing, or esoteric. That's how you say it, isn't it? Likely involve, we said that, or perhaps even science. Knowing is their calling, not knowing is their job description. No matter how far the alchemist, which you are, this collective watch your whole things, takes their studies, they come to an ultimate conclusion that facts slip towards mystery, and soon the mystery results in facts. This card signifies a knowing that that is life changing. Once you experience it, you are forever changed and become a guardian of, is it gnosis? The eternal mystery is calling you. Study your passion in the deepest way that's available to you. When you're in light, you contemplate the mysteries of this world. Unanswerable questions. Not everything's meant to be answered. Some things are just meant to be felt. It's the unicorn energy. When you're in dark, you over-intellectualize everything and literalizing, trying to just put facts onto everything. Going and asking others instead of asking self. Stop going externally. Go within. Beautiful. Beautiful. Remember who you are. The biggest thing for this collective. All right. I don't even feel we should get this for you. I think you should just, I'm not going to do it. I think you need to just surrender and let this unfold. Learn the lesson that you need to learn right now. You don't need to know what's coming. That's what's driving this collective crazy. Center, trust. I'm going to get you one of this and a surrender card. I saw the white wolf straight away. But this is about dog loyalty. A protector and a friend. I choose to be happy. I'm a protector and a friend. And then you got giraffe, the visionary. Rise above earthly. You're a visionary. You're a pioneer. Embody your own teachings and your own knowing. So important for this collective. As soon as you fall back into the belief system you're breaking free from, it activates this whip energy. But this should be done like this, but they should have come by this, but if they were this or they were that, they're a us, they're an avoid, they're a this, they're a... It's all what you're breaking free from. That is not you. You were able to see the right path, stand tall in your self-worth, and love with a big heart. One more. The coyote, the revealer of truth, the black egg. Don't take things too seriously. Make time to play. Great wisdom comes from laughing at your own folly. Look out for the traps and the tricks of life and learn from them. And then D, love. You are love. Remember that. The letting love in, or whatever that card was. All right, just a surrender card. Denial. Surrender to it, but you're denying your own behavior. This collective, watch from part 1. You're denying things that you need to see. Accept people and situations exactly as they are right now. It doesn't need to be moved forward. Without denying the difficulties, then you can see things clearly and make better decisions. Procrastination. What are you procrastinating on? There's something about self and path, because when you get focused too emotionally, you procrastinate. Now is the time to jump in on a goal instead of taking action will lead to success, but more even emotional self, right? When you get tempted to do things with this, you're impulsive. You're impulsive when reactive state comes over you. But then you've got things you're in control of. Pentacle path, part 1, King of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, that you've got control that you should be using more action with, and you procrastinate. So you procrastinate on the things that are good and are going to benefit you, but for the things that are going to shadow self, you're impulsive. You've got to find the balanced duality of it, right? Your full truth. And look at this collective's full power. Swan, peacock, dragon, black egg, right? That bat, that's part of your full power. That's where you alchemize. The crone, whatever that word is, and the vision. Like, look at your full power. Crazy. Accept it, embrace it, understand it. Your life is calling for you to step in your full power rather than playing it small. And your thought pattern right now, small. If anything, with the power you have, you're meant to teach this world how to break out of the small thought pattern, right? Last one. The wisdom of your body. Trust. Because your body, it's onto it. Especially with all of those cards. Powerful. Listen to your body's messages about a person or a situation. You have the answers, but you deny them. Let it go. It's making you feel uncomfortable, so walk away from it. Remember, one of the biggest things for this collective, find stillness. You don't need words to explain how you feel for the right collective. This is a big lesson for you. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. Step away. If you look at that, golden elixir and butterfly, that's you. Oh, and you're protected. So you've got from the silver elephant, perseverance, to the golden elephant, abundance. Silver is perseverance, gold is abundance. But both, so luck has been on your side through your perseverance, but you're activating your abundant elephant right now. Elephants are important, clearly. You could have a little picture or two elephants that kind of, I'm seeing them intertwined right now, like a little ornament or something. White candle wax, you're protected. Very magical. Okay, important dates, birthdays. 19th of the 1st, 191, or you could be watching this at 119, angel number 191. 16th of the 6th, 166. 64, my favorite angel number, or 4th of the 1st, 1st of the 4th. It's the 1st of April here today. All right, 1615, or 15th of the 1st, 3rd of the 1st, 1st of the 3rd, 20th of the 5th. All right, my loves, I love you guys. Be strong. Embrace all emotion. Remember that crone that resides within you. I love you guys.